We look great. Fuck you.
I'm hoping you have the video quality to catch these eyebrows, or you'll be catching these hands. Alright, just kidding.
Figured. So this is our first time doing video on our podcast, so I wanted to go all out. I'm gonna show everybody my sweater because it's pretty.
Yeah, let the public see. Let them know. Fill them in with these.
Fill them in
kitties.
with the cat sweater. It looks pretty dank. They're also on the sleeve. Look at that.
Oh my god. That's what I'm talking about. Yo, let me throw in some of them.
Oh, I forgot to log into the fucking Twitch.
Oh, for
You're
dashboard.
kidding me.
Wait, I also forgot the username.
Oh my gosh.
I
can message it to you, but I mean, if you're streaming it, you don't necessarily have to have the dashboard open.
Yeah, but I like to.
Alright.
Yeah, I think I know the password for sure.
Dude, okay, so while he's figuring this out, fucking...
Wait, just message me on Facebook. I'm not gonna figure it out.
This is episode... This is episode 13 for a weekly show. We've been going more than 3 months. Literally every single week before we're about to start, Austin's like, wait guys, what's the login?
It's hard for Brightwing. God.
No, I know the password.
That's my password too.
I just don't have the username.
Alright, there. I hit you up.
Dude, that's what I put. I was like, I'm pretty sure this is it.
It's literally, it's in the post I think did on Facebook. Quickcast podcast. Alright. I think we're losing some momentum here. Do you want to just hit it up with some of the intro?
Yo.
Austin, literally just click the link I put on Facebook. I tagged you in it.
What link? No, I can't. I can't log into it though. Like the password's not working.
God.
Oh my god! Whatever. Okay. So this is a podcast with friends who sometimes hate each other because we can't remember each other's passwords, but mostly me.
It's mostly just me and Reza hating you so much right now.
I know.
Yeah.
Wait.
I've never had issues with Amber not remembering.
Message me the password too. I think there's a capital letter I'm forgetting.
Oh my god.
Okay. Whatever. Anyways, so let's just move on straight into the meat of the podcast with our question of the week, and I got a pretty dank one. I told Amber earlier. Didn't tell Reza, so he's gonna be surprised by this one.
Pog champ.
But so our last question of the week was, what meme do you self-identify with? This question of the week is gonna be, of your fellow co-hosts, what meme would you identify with them? It's gonna be a good one.
Oh, baby.
You're going first, Austin. You gotta give us some time to...
Yeah, that's true. So I thought about it a little bit ahead of time.
Choose it. So I have to think of 2 memes, one for each of you?
Yep. So I thought about it for a while, and Reza was kind of hard to pin down to a meme. Because, like, he's just so enigmatic, it's, like, hard to, like, capture his beauty. And
I can see that.
Single meme. But in the end, I had to give him Good Guy Greg. Because Reza's such a good guy. He's like,
thanks, buddy.
Amber's is not as flattering. Because our majority of our interactions are sending really shitty, like, ancient memes to each other that, like, no one remembers. So I'm gonna hit you up with the video because you have to watch.
No, it better not be that beatboxing video.
I mean, even Good Guy Greg, that's like an ancient meme too. That was like,
yeah, exactly.
That's when the birth of.
Hey, here's Amber's.
Back when like Rage.
There's Amber's.
Pants.
Just watch it. I'll play it.
So, as you know, I'm the pinnacle of modern fashion, and I want to show you the greatest thing that I just
People
found
can't
today.
watch it.
Look at this.
Yeah,
they can hear the audio through my.
$5. Look at my beautiful dress. Oh, wait a second. It's not actually a dress.
Wait, not.
It's so Amber.
Ooh.
What the fuck?
I don't know. I'm sorry,
Oh my goodness.
but you should be honored that that meme like.
Wow.
You alright?
It wasn't the dress. Bamboozling activated.
Oh,
Fuck.
So yeah.
Holy shit, dude. Maybe like just come out the gun with some of these
Like
the top.
yeah, I
I don't
know.
know how to top that.
I'm
Dude.
actually really flattered by that. Not even gonna lie. That is like 100% me.
I thought so. Oh, I finally logged in. In other news.
Fucking was it only
You
30
useless
minutes after we were
Hispanic.
planning on going live? Alright.
Alright. Okay.
Oh my gosh, this is hard. Picking memes.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
it's gonna be difficult, but I'm gonna hit up how about we do this? Reza, you do Amber,
Okay.
and then Amber you do Reza, and then you both do me last. You can so you can
you're
kinda have
threesome,
you can
right?
trade off. You know.
I was just gonna say that my choice for Austin is the What's Going On music video.
I
my
said,
God.
Super happy
yeah,
and
yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
say
yeah.
something very
Yeah.
similar. Yeah, I think for
I said hey.
What's going on?
for
Oh my God.
Austin, it's the what was it? Tiny Tim's video for like I'm so happy. Have you guys heard of that one?
I'm not.
Yes.
But check it out.
I'll do it right.
afterwards.
When you post it in the chat, I'll play it for
I'll post it.
our stream.
Is this something we want to play on the stream? Let me ask that.
Yes, I'm pretty sure. But Reza, you got good guy Greg. Oh, okay, here we go. Here we go.
Hello,
I don't like the
dear
looks of
friends.
this actually. What
Well,
the hell?
here I am on record at
Just-
last. And it feels so wonderful to be
There
here
has to
with
be
you
music, or else
on
it doesn't
my
work.
first album. I'm so happy.
What am I watching?
Lucky me. I just come my way.
Oh, that song.
I don't worry just a dream.
Wait, I have to find the original. Here, sorry.
Oh no, I was dancing.
But you're talking about the song, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. But I know that song. I just was watching the like introduction. So that animation is really fucking weird.
Okay,
Let me see.
I'm skipping some.
Okay.
Oh God.
This is what you look like, man.
I'm an Amber fanboy. Honestly,
I'm triggered.
I've seen that Pans video. I'm a fanboy too.
Okay, you know what, Reza? Go fuck yourself.
You don't like
Wait,
the Pans dude?
Spaghetti Lord. This is an amazing name. I'm into it.
Shit. Wait, that's me. Or my. I might have this person.
I'm
No,
triggered.
okay, let's move on.
I can't watch any more of that. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'll think of memes for Amber throughout the show. Maybe we can come back to it.
Wait, who dat? Who's Spaghetti Lord? I think.
don't know.
Oh, never
One of
mind.
my friends.
Is it?
Anyways.
Is it one of your friends?
Yes, it's one of my friends. I actually have friends. Holy shit. Anyways. My meme for Reza is I don't know why, but corgi butts.
Corgi butts.
Yeah,
Are
they're
they?
like so cute and like
All right, just
they're so like
fuzzy.
friendly and fuzzy and like they're so like friendly and you don't feel like ashamed to be with them. Oh fucking no.
Do you feel shame hanging around Austin?
I'm so sad. Everyone hates me.
Dude,
But Corgi Butts. Corgi Butts are pretty good. Known connoisseur of butts. and corgis are pretty up there.
My meme for Amber is fidget spinner ninja.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
I'm sure that's what she does in her free time.
Can you post it though? Can you post it?
I can't find
it.
It's hard to find. Oh, I do have to show everyone my mug.
Hard to find.
I have to show everyone my mug too, because I didn't show it on stream yet.
I didn't see it on Google.
It's literally me, and it says Austin's favorite mug, and I'm
nice.
I'm May because I'm Cancer.
Dude, that May short.
It was pretty good, yeah.
A little sad.
Oh my god, I can't.
Alright. Do you have anything particularly relating to esports you want to chat about?
Nope.
What the fuck?
I mean,
what's your topic?
I was just gonna let the conversation flow, but I was gonna kind of direct it so it's not just like.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any like first thoughts about like what's happening in esports lately? Is there anything like super important that's happened over the last week?
Well,
it's been like a kind of like a slow week.
Yeah, well, they're yeah, because I mean, from what I know,
Overwatch
a lot of the
map?
major tournaments are kind of dying. Like, there's not really a lot happening. League is in the 2 to 3 week kind of grace period before Worlds.
Curtis, what do you think?
I think the Hearthstone, there's some Hearthstone championships coming up. So, alright, let me posit you this. With Hearthstone being, I guess, maybe the most prevalent type of game on Twitch this past weekend, in terms of competition, do you guys think Hearthstone qualifies at the same level of an esport as other games like League of Legends and Counter-Strike?
I mean, Hearthstone is like interesting in itself in the way that like there's a lot of people who watch it. Like the viewer base is pretty big, but I don't know. Like I feel like unless if they put more money into production value, like I feel like they're lacking in that aspect. Other than that, I think like the thing is when I see like championships for Hearthstone or like play matches or stuff like that, it normally happens in like PAX or BlizzCon and stuff like that, but I have yet to see like something with like a bigger scene sort of thing. So that's kind of my thoughts on it.
I mean, well, I just think it's like when I think of it as a sport, like I think of sports as like based things, and I guess like kind of on a team at Hearthstone, but like it's a 1v1 matchup, and it just makes me feel like the same way I feel about chess. Like, like I wouldn't call it a sport, but I wouldn't call it not a sport. If that makes sense.
So,
like,
yeah, because this is a topic that comes up a lot when I've talked at different conventions or panels, where people are always saying, "All right, are esports sports?" And there's a big discussion, maybe we can get to that if you guys want, about whether or not that's even a question that needs to be asked. Do video games count as sports? But I've one of the professors I've kind of worked with says that most video game competitions count as sports. Hearthstone doesn't because there's no physical component. I guess kind of what you were talking about, linking it to being played similarly to chess, where you can literally just speak commands to like voice recognition program, and you can play Hearthstone as good as somebody who has perfected their dexterity and their ability to click on the board, where that's not really a thing that's relevant, versus in Counter-Strike or League or something, you have to improve your aim. So I guess my question is, do you think physical components are necessary to qualify something as a sport, or do you think if it's just like a competition that is good enough?
I think one of the major problems with that statement is then would it even be fair to call like the esports that we consider esports like in the same realm as like even sports, because there's obviously not as much like physical interaction, right? So, for example, if you compare soccer to like League of Legends, the hand-eye coordination is probably the same, but the amount of physical interaction, the amount of physical like work that needs to be done is significantly larger. So the question is, if we're doing that sort of thing like to another level for Hearthstone, is it fair? Like, we're discriminating against a sport that's as an esport. So
yeah, kind of like, where do you draw the line?
Yeah, exactly. So like, is drawing the line even necessary? Like, esports altogether, it's just defined as electronic sports, video games that are competitive. That's basically it. Like, I don't see how Hearthstone does not fit into that criteria. So, you know, I personally am not the biggest fan of Hearthstone. It's boring as fuck to me. But, you know.
I don't know. I personally think that I'm of the opinion that esports aren't sports, but that's okay. Yeah. And it doesn't mean they're not worth watching or investing in. That's just how I feel about it. I feel like esports is like, instead of being classified under sports, it's just like a separate thing.
It's just its own category.
Yeah, kind of. I don't think it like necessarily matters. Like it all depends on the viewership.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, esports is just a giant industry. Like, for example, and it's growing, and when like chess got into the Olympics, there was like a really big backlash. It's like, oh, people are not even moving. Why is this considered as a sport? Yeah, like, so it's just like.
Yeah, I think my position when this usually comes up is that I would qualify a lot of the major titles as sports still, because you don't have that kind of gross body movements or gross muscle movements of like your large muscle groups. But I'd say it requires a lot more of your fine motor movements, where you don't really need fine motor movements for soccer. I mean, maybe you can consider the aim of your kick, kind of that, but the precision in millimeters of like your kind of finger placement and mouse on the mouse, I think is a bit of a greater investment that a lot of esport athletes tend to use. Yeah, so I guess for my definition, I would qualify those, but because trading card games or competitive card games, I guess not necessarily trading card games, but because competitive card games don't require any physical involvement at all, I think that's where I draw the line.
Right, so I've been kind of distracted because I changed sweater because it's actually really hot in here. It was cold in here earlier, and now it's hot.
Damn it, Austin. You can't just show your nips on stream, dude.
I'm gonna change over here. Okay, listen. Good, look. Look what I can do. You'll never know.
Alright.
Who am I doing this podcast with? What are these people I'm stuck with?
Well, he's often the nude.
Ugh. Don't want to imagine that.
I think Miss Oblivious was talking about, have either of you guys been checking out the new Overwatch map that's come out? It's Junkertown. I believe they released like a promo video where Junkrat and Roadhog were kind of like going into the place and getting knocked out a while ago.
Okay.
But I think they've just made it publicly available. I haven't played Overwatch myself this week, but I like the idea, and I've heard that they're putting in some cool Overwatch stuff in Here's the Storm too. Like,
oh my gosh, I'm actually considering playing Here's the Storm again because Anna, it looks so good. She looks so good. Like I watched the reveal and everything about it. Like every time they like said like what the next like talent was or the next ability, I was just like, oh. Like every time.
That's the shit you do like.
Oh, that's the shit I do like. I played too much Anna when I played. Also, I thought her name was spelled with two N's.
Are you serious?
I'm a little triggered.
You've been playing Overwatch for so long.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I hardly ever played Overwatch that much. But I liked her as a character. She's like the only one I played consistently besides Diva.
So she's the only character you played besides Diva. Let me get. Do you spell Diva with an I also?
Yeah. As I should.
No, as you shouldn't.
As you shouldn't.
Oh, okay.
God damn it, dude.
And I played May. M-A-Y, right?
Kill
yourself. No, yeah, I've been, because when they released Tracer...
It has been confirmed that for the rest of my podcast, I will be speaking in Chinese.
Oh.
because we referenced May? Ew. Anna, Diva, and Twitch chat. No. Yeah, when they released Tracer and then Genji, I looked at those two heroes and I felt like they were just kind of the same thing, but Genji was like longer range and had way better mobility and had like damage invuln and had like a better ultimate. So I was just kind of sad.
Yeah, Genji was completely overpowered on release.
Not anymore.
Busted.
He's okay now, but
he's still good against like auto.
I was just kind of thinking, like, how are they gonna port the rest of the Overwatch characters if they're all just fucking like shooting for all their attacks? But I'm really glad of how they worked Ana into it.
Yeah, I think they're doing a really good job of like making them into MOBA characters. There's nothing that's like been particularly like, oh, this seems shitty or stale.
And I guess that kind of comes with they are definitely picking the more unique ones where you don't see a Soldier 76 coming in, because I mean that's pretty much the same exact thing as Raynor.
Yeah, like when Soldier 76 first came into Overwatch, it was literally just kind of like, oh, it's Counter-Strike, the hero.
Yeah,
I always thought it was Call of Duty. Like that was the meme. Like you're playing Call of Duty now.
I'm not a young man anymore.
Yes, you are. What the fuck?
No, dude, I'm old. I'm talking. You're still in college. You bab. You're all bad.
There was actually a video that my friend showed, where this guy's playing Counter-Strike, and he's like, he goes, "Call of Duty shitlords," and so they take the Soldier 76 quote, and he says, "We're all Call of Duty shitlords now." It's just like,
God damn.
And I'm just like, fucking same. Like, literally, that's what it is. So
I mean, I'll say that kind of custom mode was pretty fun.
Which one?
The one where you're all Soldier 76s.
No.
That felt fun to me. I was like, wow, I get to shoot things and I don't get butt humped by Reinhardt in my face.
I am still waiting for the release of Junkrat, though. I want to see how they incorporate Junkrat into Hero Storm.
Oh my god, it looks so weird. But okay, I saw this post where it was like, people in Overwatch are just like, oh, Junkrat and Diva, they need like new skins, and then they make like the demonic skins for Junkrat and Diva in like HOTS, and then there's like Blizzard going like, please play our game.
Yeah, I'm a little sad because I remember when Hearthstone came out and it became huge, Blizzard never really had a giant push for Hearthstone, and it didn't seem like their marketing campaigns were really emphasizing the competitive aspect. But then it just kind of became an esport by itself. Whereas, like, Heroes of the Storm from the outset, it's like, this is our new competitive title. And this is before Overwatch came out, so it was like, this is what we're going to push for competitive there. I mean, WoW's still kind of there. Diablo's not really, doesn't have a competitive scene to my knowledge. And then Hearthstone maybe.
Diablo's competitive scene is just more to, like, jerk yourself off, though. It's like, oh, I'm the best, yeah! Like, there's no, like, real value for being the best.
Well, could you say that about any other game? Like, if I'm Diamond in League, do I get value out of that?
Well, I mean, yeah, there's like a prestige to it. There's not as much of like a prestige value to like getting really good at Diablo.
I'm top 500 in the world, Diablo 3, people are gonna say, "Oh, cool," but then if you're like, I'm top 500 in the world in League of Legends, I'm like, "Oh shit!" So you playing with Bjergsen? You playing with Faker? I can see that.
Yeah, there's a certain level. Yeah, when you're just like it's even cool when you're like really low and you just happen to play with someone who's like really good. Like do you remember that time we played with the Saint? Were you there for that?
Saint Vicious,
like,
yeah. That
Did he miss his smite?
Yeah, no, he was playing ARAM, so there's no smite.
So when we load into game, and it was on his Smurf, I think one called Saint, and I'm like, wait, that's definitely Saint Vicious's account, right? And so I look it up on LoL Nexus, and I'm like, yeah, wait, this guy's fucking challenging. This is definitely Saint Vicious, or like Diamond 1 or Masters or some shit. So when we load into game, the first thing I typed was, "Are you playing ARAM because there's no smite to miss in this mode?" And then he didn't interact with us for the next like 15 minutes. I'm like, fuck. I'm sorry.
You're so mean.
I mean, it was worth. It was worth completely.
But the meme value was achieved.
Meme
poor man. He stopped playing competitive like 2.5 years ago or something, and he still can't escape.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way to.
It'd be cool to see somebody actually go back and record his smite rate across like his entire competitive career.
It's probably like pretty decent.
No,
Yeah.
But he's just known for like a couple really bad smites, and then like you're fucked forever.
Yeah.
One really weird thing that someone did was days since
Saint has missed smite.
Yeah.
That's a website, right?
Yeah.
Can we go there?
I don't think it's on anymore.
Oh no! I guess it's like infinite now.
Wasn't that when Saint was still playing?
Yeah.
Yeah. When did Saint last miss smite? Aw, this domain's for sale.
Aww.
Damn.
Dude, we should buy it.
No.
Like we'll post it everywhere, and then when they click it, philanthropy. It's just like baited.
Baited, outsmarted.
No, and then our special guest is Saint. Oh, feels good.
Wait, I googled Days and Saint Miss Smite, and it led me to this Reddit post where this poor dude fucking smites Baron, and it lands at 1 health. Legit 1 health. I'll put it in the.
Didn't Smite used to be glitchy, and it would do that all the time.
What is this? 2 years ago? Actually, same as. Damn. That's
that feels really bad.
Like fuck. What do you even do in that situation? Especially if you look at there's like 6 people there timing that shit with the DPS coming in constantly. No bueno at all.
Oh, so I wanted to talk a little bit about like on
Yeah, sure.
I do love esports, but not feeling it today. I got my tea. Want to chill? Hit me up with something chill. What's something chill, Reza?
Chill.
Let's talk about tea.
Talk about tea. We can have what kind? Like, okay, what kind of tea are we all drinking?
I actually finished my tea. I guess I'm just a fiend.
I'm like almost done.
I'm drinking green tea from Ecuador.
I got to the point where if I drink anymore, the bag will smack me in the face.
I mean, they always take the bag out. Like,
I mean, I could.
God forbid.
God forbid.
I thought you like getting teabagged.
So I'm drinking
that.
Irish breakfast tea.
Irish breakfast tea? I've never heard of
Irish breakfast.
That my friend
English breakfast.
There's like the shitty Irish breakfast tea, which is I'm drinking, but I also have good Irish breakfast tea that my friend brought from Ireland. And I saved that for special.
Wow, imported. My I mean, since I'm half Pakistani, Pakistan was like a territory in the Indian Raj back when Britain used to rule the world.
Yep.
So Pakistan has a lot of like British culture kind of intertwined in that, where they like took the British kind of imperial system. So I really like British tea, like English breakfast tea. Gotta go Twinings or Tetley, dude. Those brands are the best.
Dude.
Authentic. I was even in Europe.
Bruh.
In London.
Bruh.
And
oh, you can't see it.
I mentioned it to somebody and they're like, oh wow, that's the good shit. What? I can't fucking read that.
Twinings.
Oh, Twining! You know it.
Irish breakfast tea. Yep.
Drinking weird tea from Ecuador or the Amazon rainforest.
Wait, what? I thought you drink. I didn't know Ecuador produced
Amazon
green tea.
From
Oh.
yeah.
It'd be funny if Amber's like, yeah, it's from Amazon. She holds up, it's just like Amazon's logo because she bought it. It's like, I would totally see her. I could totally see her doing that. Like,
yeah, that's me.
No.
And then she's
Yeah.
like,
Tea from the Amazon.
My dad's coworker came yesterday, his employee
Oh.
came from
Oh.
Australia, and she stayed at our house for one night because she had a 17-hour layover, which sucks.
yeah.
But she brought us like bags of Australian chocolate. And I'm not actually a huge candy person. I eat way too many potato chips, but because I don't get enough salt in my life from playing competitive games. So,
Dude, how? I'm on an all salt diet right now, if that's the case. But
Oh, salt.
but yeah, there's just so much chocolate. My favorite ones, they have these little bars that have like pictures of different Australian marsupials. So you got your Bandicoot, you got your
Crash.
yeah, that's what I was gonna
Crash Bandicoot, you know it. There's a platypus, which isn't, I guess, a marsupial, but you got a bilby. I never even knew that thing was a fucking thing, but that
It's like
was
a
in
tiny
there.
kangaroo.
A bilby.
Yeah, it just sounds hilarious. That's my favorite.
Sounds like something.
Kangaroos, wombats. Apparently, fun fact of the day, the wombat is George R. R. Martin's favorite Australian mammal.
Alright.
case-
I feel so educated. I feel like I can go out and build a career now. Like,
There you go. That was probably the inspiration for writing all of his series.
yep, that's the development I needed as a human being right there.
Definitely.
You wanted to keep it casual, dude.
Yeah, no, I like it.
Bringing it.
I'm
dude.
into it. bring me that low key knowledge. God.
Yeah.
So James, the physics major, and I was telling him the other night how last night I was like jamming out in the car, like singing songs like really loud, and then like it turned into me doing this like really cartoony-ish voice. Like just to myself, I was just like talking like a cartoon character, and then it turned into me like doing like those old like radio, like the radio personalities all had to have the same voice,
Yeah.
And I told him that he's like, wait, what do you mean? I was like, yeah, they had the same voice because like the broadcast range was so thin that they had to keep their voice within a certain frequency in order to broadcast.
Oh, really?
And like, yeah, he didn't know that, and I was like, wow, this must be actually a pretty interesting fact. So I thought I'd share that with you if you want to keep it casual.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I've always heard that they spoke with that very particular accent because it was the most easily understandable between British and American audiences. But maybe that's different from like the pitch with which they're talking.
Yeah, that might be true. Like the accent was very distinct as well, but like the pitch was definitely because of the range. Pretty interesting. I wonder what it was. Now I want to like practice. It was pretty fun. I was just like narrating what was going on outside of my car, but like in this voice.
Nice, dude. You should cast some video games.
Oh, dude. I'm not that good.
mean,
Dude, I don't know all the names of the abilities like you, man.
You don't.
Yeah,
honestly,
we're not
you,
nerds like you, Reza.
you know what? Shut the fuck up. I had them memorized for the finals, but I haven't reviewed them since then, so I could be slipping. You never know.
Time keeps on
You don't-
slipping.
Oh my god.
Into the future.
Alright, so tell us about your hair.
My hair?
It's gone through a few stages in the last few weeks. I thought you were gonna go for blue or something.
Yeah, I'm still doing that. Oh my camera's trying to like figure out where I am.
Trying to disguise.
Yeah, it's like, what hair? It just blurs out. Like, what are you talking about?
You want my...
So,
Pop me in your gabba. I smell me, mom.
I'm still doing blue, but because I bleached my hair within 3 days twice, I wanted to give my hair a little break so my hair doesn't all fall out. You know?
What's the fun in that?
Yeah, what's the fun of that? I should just be bald forever, yeah.
No, you should just be bald, like, here. And then still have hair.
Oh, no. Can we not?
Yes.
But now I match James and I feel really awkward about it. Like...
You, well, so my father's bald, and his father's bald, and then my grandpa on my mom's side is also bald. So, my hairline's kind of doomed. I'm trying to appreciate this as much as I can, but it's sad. It's just an inevitability.
That's so sad. Like, I know, I feel like I'm gonna get that way too. I don't know very many older people in my family, so like I don't know what I'll look like when I get older. I have like no idea. So I only know from my like dad's side, and my dad's side are like all Hispanic, and they have like full heads of hair.
What?
Yeah.
I'm
What are you doing,
Amber
Amber?
right now? Are you doing like a bangs comb over?
I look like such a weird Asian.
Wait, you look like a weird Asian.
No,
oh.
I think it's more like
You are. No.
yeah. It's gotta get Reza to hit the punchline on me.
Oh my god. I didn't want to be the
If I
one.
had flat bangs, holy shit.
Yeah. Amber, are you afraid you're gonna go bald?
Alright, so I have an idea. I'm just gonna Google news. I'm gonna just talk about the first story that comes up.
I mean, we could still talk
We
about...
already talked about the Zodiac
Overwatch.
Killer.
Alright, wait. Going back to Overwatch real quick. I'm a little curious how they're gonna keep increasing the character roster, and if they even want to keep increasing the character roster, because I've been surprised, like with Doomfist, the most recent character release. I thought that was a really cool character and just how fun and unique he felt to play. But I'm worried. I don't know. I guess this is why I'm not a game designer for Blizzard. But I don't know what else they can do. I just feel like they've done so many things already. How many more characters can they put in? And then how do you really want a roster that's like the size of League of Legends?
No, I think you definitely want it to be less in a shooter, but I think you can definitely still put. I feel like there's a lot you can.
So why do you think it should be less in a shooter?
I just so League is very hard to balance. That's like the first thing. Balancing becomes an issue where you have like 100 plus characters in the game
and unique interaction.
Yeah, and like every time you add something at that point, like you fuck up like half the game. So it's just like just keep it simple. But in terms of like if you're just looking at it from an esports perspective, if you add more, the game gets more chaotic, and it's already hard to follow like Overwatch as an esport. So the more you add to it, the more complex it's going to be, and like the less of accessibility you'll have to, like, that don't necessarily know what's going on. It's just gonna be like, oh, this guy's like punching shit now. Like, what the heck? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
wait, but that's what Doomfist is.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's already getting to that point where it's like a little bit too much. Like, I think you want to maybe stop around like 20 max, maybe 30 characters in a shooter. That's my optimal, but who knows?
I remember talking to some of the writers. They said that they don't plan on increasing the league roster indefinitely. But they hadn't, or at least the guy I talked to said he had no idea when they thought they had reached like an acceptable level.
I swear to God, if it gets to 500, I'm quitting. I want to. Like...
It's at 138 right now, if I remember correctly.
I think they should just stop at 150. If they're gonna
200 is quite a bit.
150 is a nice round number.
Yeah, because, like, then it's like there's 150 and more to see to be a League of Legends master is my destiny.
They need 151.
151. The Mew. Just like...
He just released Mew, like, just the Pokemon.
Yeah, it's just like, here's the new character, guys. Hope you enjoy.
Yeah, we're now partnered with Nintendo.
Yeah, we sold our game to Nintendo, so all future balances will be done by the same people who balance Splatoon.
No!
So enjoy that one.
Oh my god, Nintendo competitive is fucking atrocious.
It is, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
What are they even trying to do?
And okay, so to follow up that statement, saying Nintendo competitive is atrocious. I say that because they've actively said they dislike the fact that Super Smash Bros. Is being played competitively. And their interface for playing online has been god awful. And like on the Wii, I think it is a little better on the Wii U, but on the Wii, the Nintendo Connection Network was god awful. And even now on the Wii U, I don't know about the Switch. I barely used the Switch. But like the Wii U and the 3DS, the connection was decent, but it was god awful fine. You had to get like a 9-digit long character code to add anyone, and it was just such a pain in the ass to do anything online.
Yeah, it's friend codes. Let's just talk about that. I fucking hate friend codes and anything Nintendo has done. I'm just so triggered because when I want to play with friends, I just want to play with them. I don't want to have to like spend 3 hours finding their fucking friend code and then like typing one letter wrong and then having to retype the whole goddamn thing. Just like, why can't I make a username?
Yeah. It doesn't help that like you have to do it all via the Nintendo DS interface or like the Wii U interface, and instead of just going online using a keyboard, because if it's like a 10-character code on the keyboard, that's one thing, it'll take like 2 seconds, but if you're on a fucking Nintendo DS, you're like, oh shit, my fat ass finger accidentally pressed the wrong number.
So true. Dude, you're preaching to the fucking choir. I have the fattest fucking stylus. Dude,
Amber,
who uses the fucking stylus? Wow, not all of us have privilege enough to like have like remember where our stylus is. God damn.
These luxuries that have they've been lost into the sands of time.
Okay, so he said the Switch's network interface is pretty okay, but I don't have a Switch. I don't plan on getting one, and I never will. So I stopped. Like, they needed to get way on board with like online gaming and like interfacing with friends.
They also
like
no
years ago.
Boards.
Yeah.
Like with Smash 4, it was a great game in my opinion for competitive. Brawl had shit like tripping. Oh my god, there's some things that are bad, but I think Smash 4 is decent competitively. But there's no leaderboard. There's no motivation for you to keep playing ranked because you have no idea how well you're doing unless you're going to actual live tournament.
Yep.
And kudos to the Melee community for actually keeping that and growing that for the last decade and a half, I guess. But
yeah, dude, Xanadu over in Maryland's pretty big.
I think games handle multiplayer on their own.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of people who end up playing Smash 4 and Melee play it in person, and not too many people play online unless if they're like I don't know. I feel like online tournaments don't, because of the community, never do as well as the in-person tournament, and that has been the way for a decade. And I think that's why like most of Nintendo's power has been kind of like going on for local play, and yeah.
Right. And Ms. Oblivious in the chat is saying that the games themselves are the ones that are actually in charge of the things, I would guess, like leaderboards, like I was talking about, or matchmaking or rating and stuff like that. But, I mean, those games like Splatoon and Super Smash Bros. Are still published and owned by Nintendo. Because, like, if you look at, I mean, League of Legends is owned by Riot Games, but Riot Games provides, like, this is the Challenger leaderboard, here's your ranking, here's your MMR. Or if you're like in Call of Duty, or CSGO, even though it's like owned by Steam, you have like your global elite or like your different ranking tiers you get. And I mean, that still, I think, falls into Nintendo's responsibility, even if it's a different department within Nintendo, like Nintendo Online versus the Nintendo that handles the Smash. So I'd kind of want to, I'd want to see them put some like forethought into that. But I think from what I've seen from the Switch, like their trailers and promos, it looks like they're stepping in a more esport direction. But if you're saying that playing with your friends Splatoon 2 is dumb, that's not good news to me. Oh no.
Oh. Side note. Remember I said balance patch thing? Like the place.
Yeah.
So they're having a grand opening party this weekend. So I'm gonna go and scout it out.
So what is balance patch? Just for the
balance patch is a PC Bang that just opened up in Boston, right next to Boston University, I believe. I went to it. My only issue with it, I don't know, maybe it's because it's not known a lot yet, but a lot of the people there were very antisocial, which is like to expected. But at the same time, I wouldn't have expected it as to the degree that I like saw it there, because I was like walking around and people were like looking at me funny just because I wanted to like watch what they were playing or like see what they're doing or like, you know, just talk to people, and they were like, fucking kid, like what the hell is he doing? Stop playing games by himself. He must be up to something.
He must be trying to steal my money.
Yeah.
No.
So I mean, I had fun. I played a ranked game there. It took me forever to get used to the mouse sensitivity though, because I use a really low mouse sensitivity when I play games, because I played a lot of shooters a while ago, and I just never changed it. So my mouse sensitivity is really low, and then whenever I use anyone else's mouse, I move it to like I'll move it like this, because that's how I move my mouse. Because if I move my mouse from the right side of my mouse pad to the left side of my mouse pad, it goes. Let me see. It goes halfway across my screen.
What?
Yeah.
How do you move in League?
Or wait, if I go from the left side all the way to the right side, actually, it goes like it's like one screen worth.
Wait, how big is your mouse pad? Can you like hold it up in front of the camera?
It's dirty.
That's a.
Because it's not really dirty. It's just the black of the mouse rubs off on.
Wait, but damn.
So if I go from like here to here, it goes like once across my screen, and then like a little bit over my second screen.
Oh my goodness.
It's like super low. But when I did
why do you have a Homestuck fucking mouse pad, man?
Because it was free.
So going from one side of my screen to the other is a difference of like 2.5 inches for my mouse.
Yeah, that's, I don't know. And then I did that at balance patch. I went from here to here, and it was like, I was like, what the fuck? I was like trying to figure it out on the fly because I didn't want to like lose my game.
Yeah, that's something I had to get used to with Overwatch, where I was trying to improve my aim for a little bit. Then I kind of got bored of playing Overwatch, and I wanted to rank up in League instead. But so when I was doing that, I was like, before like this year, I didn't even realize mouse sensitivity was like a thing, or something that needed to be okay. I worded that poorly. I didn't realize mouse sensitivity had to be much lower for shooters than like other games like RTS or MOBAs. So right now in Overwatch, my sensitivity is like 2 out of 100.
Damn, that's pretty low. Yeah, that's about how low mine is.
Yeah. So that helped me a lot, and now I can actually McCree and go like 1 in 10 instead of 1 in 20. Twice as good. So that's how you know it's working.
FIFA 18 to include esports for the first time in games.
Oh my god, why is it every time when I go to a club's fair or something, they're just like, do you play FIFA? I'm just like, if there's enough demand for it, we'll play FIFA.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because I don't have a lot of experience with the console gaming scene, but I mean, it's there.
Wait, that's pretty cool. I'm looking at like this post, and you know Team Vitality, right?
Yeah.
Their jersey is available in FIFA 18 as an item.
Ooh.
to like
Damn.
get. So like they're like doing more. Fnatic too. Fnatic is available.
Yo, what
Dude,
about
this is
PSG?
pretty legit. I don't know. I just saw those two.
Okay.
You announced it. So you can buy them apparently, or you can like.
That's pretty dope.
Dude, Vitality when they made their league team, I was super hyped. Wasn't it also Hjarnan and Kasing? Like I'm pretty sure they were on Vitality
Yeah.
when they're starting.
And Kasing's your boy, right?
Dude, Kasing's my boy.
Do you know what he's doing these days? I
haven't really heard from him. Let's look it up.
Message him.
Running over there.
Look it up on League P.
Yeah, slide into his DMs real quick.
Kasing came back to the scene in the summer. This time he joined a challenger team, Team RB, where they competed in
Red
open
Bulls.
qualifiers.
Oh, Team Red Bull. In London. Wait, I don't know where
qualified for 2017.
I don't know what the EU is going to look like, because those rumors have been looking increasingly more valid that it's going to split into 4 different regions. But I assume if it's actually going to split into 4 regions, they're not going to do it by 2018, because it's late as fuck to be telling teams this. Like, businesses having to relocate to different countries in the span of 3 months, that'd be a little suspect.
Oh, I'm reading this right now. Trivia. He had such a good impact when joining H2K. They called the effect the Kasing effect.
Yeah, that was the thing.
He buys
He was,
14 and a half pink wards per game. The most out of any EU LCS player. Damn.
Oh my goodness.
Dude, that's a lot of gold.
Alright, if you had to pick to spend an evening with Kasing or Huhi.
Bam. I mean, for very different reasons.
Oh no.
I'm just kidding. I don't know. I feel like I would want to hang out with Kasing more than I would want. He seems kind of like boring. I mean, Kasing does at times too, but like I feel like he'd be really, and it'd be just awkward because like
always smiling.
Yeah.
Just imagine like Kasing Wild Tim Amber. Imagine Kasing Wild Turtle bottom lane. That'd just be like overpower you with our teeth.
I want to see.
Overpower you with our teeth?
I would want to see.
Turtle smiles a lot too.
I would want to see Kasing Cody Sun bot lane, because I feel like half the reason Immortals suck is because Ole ain't great. Like I'm gonna throw shade right now. I don't like literally. Did you see that game in LC? Like they literally lost first blood just because Ole couldn't press E. It's like feels bad. You're Morgana, please.
Yeah, I mean, I think he played decently most of the finals. I don't remember it too much, to be honest.
I don't know. I feel like they don't. I don't think either of them are particularly bad, but I don't think they play well together.
Yeah.
Bot lane.
Okay. Well, I wasn't even talking about like competitive viability. I just was trying to match them personality wise.
Oh, personality wise.
OTP.
Ooh, okay, if it's personality.
And I was just saying those two because they're very cheerful.
Well, we all know that Kasing is a better AD carry than Uzi. Because of that 1v1. So I would put the lane as Kasing AD carry with Afro move support. That would be pretty fucking dank. Like, wouldn't it? Like,
yeah.
Like in almost every way, it'd be amazing. Like personality wise.
Now, what the?
They're dirty because my room is really, really humid.
Are you about to ASMR us? Do it like
Hello. Welcome to another episode of
Kill Yourself.
ASMR.
Okay, so let me looking up more esports.
What do you think about Korean boot camps versus staying in your region? Because most teams, and there are even people that aren't, like I think Echo Fox did it last year. I don't know if they're doing it this year again. I don't remember. But some teams that aren't even competing at Worlds are going to Korea to boot camp just to get practice in the superior Korean solo queue. Do you guys have any opinions on that?
I think there's a lot to learn from all of the regions. But I don't think you necessarily like it is good practice, but you should take into consideration all of the strengths of all the different regions, and you should also compare like what they're doing, because like if one region is like doing something and every other region is doing something else, like statistically it might not be great to do what that one region is doing unless it like specifically somehow like counters what, you know what I mean. You should compare. But if you're spending all your time in like
play style,
yeah,
doing a certain thing.
Well, I just mean like, let's say like, NA's been playing a lot of tank supports, but like no other region is playing tank supports because they're trash. Like you should kind of like compare all of the regions and kind of like like especially like when EU had the OG Moscow 5. Like picking up some of the things they were doing, even if you're not necessarily gonna play it, lets you better understand how to counter it with fighting.
I can see that.
So like you should kind of like see what the like hype teams are and kind of like scout out their strategies in a way. But I don't think you need to move there, and you're just spending all your time devoting all this like time to practicing like Korean solo queue. You're literally just playing into their field, and you're not going to be able to grow and like, be able to play against it better if you're not developing your strategy. Like you're just like they've already been practicing this for like maybe like 3 years. They've been playing like let's say that like Karma support. They probably played it for like 3 years over there, and maybe. But maybe it wasn't like good in NA, so they didn't realize it's. And then they're going over there and like, oh, Karma's pretty good. We should pick up Karma. But you're just now doing that. Like 3 years they've been doing. Like you need to be able to like counter Karma or like develop your own strategy around that. So... And I feel like that's what NA's like good at. They're just like
NA is really like they're copycats, but like they realize that KR is better, but they're not willing to like think a step ahead. They think on the same step.
I think that opinion is reflected in the results of last year, where week 1, I think North was like 7-2 or something across all the North teams, and they're like first place in all their groups. And then famously, the second week of group play, they had 9 scheduled games, and NA managed to lose 10.
What?
They went 0-10 when they had 9 games that week.
How?
Because they lost so much, one of the teams ended up in a tiebreaker to make it out of groups, and so then they also lost the tiebreaker.
Oh my god!
They literally just fell off a cliff. And had 0 adaptation to what the other teams were kind of doing with their own strategies, which is very unfortunate. And I don't know how they can do that, how they can address that, except say, plan better, kind of general advice. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you should you can spend some time in Korea to do that. That's what boot camps are for, I guess. But like, I would not try to just do everything, which is what I feel like is what people, they go in with the mindset that like, oh, I need to do everything, and then they try it and like it might work over in an A because maybe the strategy's better, but then there's no strategy to like fight it. Kind of goes to.
Yeah, I can see that. I also think that maybe going into if you commit to like Golden Glue committed to living in Korea, I think for 2 months to practice and hone his abilities before returning to North America and playing for Team Liquid.
And he's still bad.
Which, I mean, yeah, that was unfortunate. I think if you're in that scenario where he wasn't even necessarily playing with a full squad at that time, where he was just playing solo queue every day, trying to improve. I think you're more motivated to make the most out of your time, because if you're living like in your parents' house and you're saying, all right, I gotta practice so I can be a top quality LCS mid laner, then you'll be motivated because that's kind of where your dreams lie. But you have that cushion and the safety net of like, oh, maybe I'll go hang out with my friends around town tonight or something. Versus like, I'm literally living in a foreign country. I don't speak the language. I'm getting diarrhea from all this food. But I'm only here to play solo queue. I better fucking learn something from it.
Yeah, that's true.
And then, unfortunately, it didn't exactly show up on stage, but
there's also like a scientific basis. Like if you're putting yourself under a lot of stress, it might not be generally the best situation for learning. I mean, you're already under a lot of stress. If you best,
yeah,
stress in itself, but it's in general like a moderate stress is good. I mean, I'm sure you know, but like small amounts of stress is like very helpful for like learning, memory, especially memory. Small amounts of stress benefits, but it gets to a point where you like cross the threshold, and then it's just detrimental to like any sort of. Your body's too focused on like literally everything.
Like, can I not die real quick?
Yeah, and fortunate. I feel like that might be a factor. I don't know how stressful.
I will say, and I think I've said this before, but I have massive respect for Golden Glue just because he's been like ranked as one of the bottom NALCS mids for years now, but he's still trying. And he still is making like more and more investment in it and not giving up and still getting on some teams to try to finally prove himself.
Mm-hmm.
And I can respect that perseverance, because I imagine that shit could be so hard. You're being judged by thousands of people on a weekly basis. Whenever you come on screen, you just see fucking Vault Boy pop up in Twitch chat, and then like Golden Glue lol whenever you make any mistake. But I gotta give it to that dude. I'm impressed he's lasted this far. Because, I mean, used to have people in similar positions like Cruiser the Bruiser. He was a famous, like, top laner where he was too good for Challenger and would stomp, like, Challenger scene, but then he would, like, get crushed if he was on any LCS teams.
I wonder if that was, like, a personality issue. With he just didn't work well on teams.
Yeah.
That's the vibe I got. But I don't know him very well, so.
Unfortunately, like, this sounds kind of harsh to say, but I don't think anyone really cared about him that much, so I don't think there's a lot of content that really came out about his team interactions. Or maybe there has been stuff but I haven't seen it myself.
Dude, I respect players that are cocky. Like, and they're cocky, but they can also like accept when they made mistakes. And the best example of that is Cabochard from EU. He was on.
Okay, yeah, I know the player.
Dude, the other day, or it wasn't the other day. It was like spring split last year. EU. He was being interviewed, and he's like, "Who do you think?" They were like, "Who do you think the best top laners?" He's like, it's literally just Odo, Omni, and me. Like, there's no one else. It's just like, it's just Odo and I, and we're the best two, and like that's how it's gonna be. He's like, and he's like, I'll still stomp him too. I was like, all right.
Jesus Christ.
Holy fuck.
But like,
shout out
But
to
that's the thing,
Soaz.
though. Like when people are like that, they're putting a lot at risk, and they're putting the spotlight on them.
yeah,
And it's smart to do that. But the moment they fuck up, it's kind of like,
Yeah.
I think he said Soaz was third best.
Okay.
It was
Soaz is probably the. Wait, do you think Soaz is the oldest current pro in the entire game?
how old is he?
Or not age, but he was there
Like-
season 1,
Oh,
right? Was he season 1 Fnatic, or was he on? Was he with Yellow Star?
Yeah.
On Against All Authority.
I never watched it season 1. I started watching whenever people say like, "Oh, do you have a Fnatic like Janus skin?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, they won." Like, I forgot.
What the fuck? I googled Soaz season 1 and very confusing things came up.
Wait, they have
was it his nudes?
they have
No,
a
it wasn't even related to League.
dude. Fnatic has a Fnatic ladies team. In 2010, Fnatic was their all female. I think it's CS:GO team
Okay.
at Irene.
Hold up. That's a topic we can jump in. But wait, I'm trying to look for what team he's.
No, we don't have to jump into that topic, as we already know from the Grandmaster Thorin. Like, I'm just kidding. Everyone's shaking their heads. They already know what I was gonna say.
Alright, no. Okay, so this is something I've actually asked at MagFest. I went to a panel where they're talking about like women representation in gaming, not just even esports. And I asked them this question, and I'll ask it to you guys. So, obviously, there's an unfortunate underrepresentation of people who identify as female in any competitive video game scene. And there are a lot of only female tournaments that have popped up in this, like CSGO. You see a lot of like female CSGO teams. And I think there are probably some in other titles as well. But do you guys think, I mean, going for the goal of gender parity, assuming that any gender is like of equivalent skill, that's something I don't want to get into right now, but assuming there's the equal skill
Fucking Thorin.
and fucking Thorn. Do you think that's a good thing to have, all female tournaments versus just having the female players come out naturally?
I don't see a problem with all female, but I feel like they're not gonna get the representation in the regular scene until they just stop trying to do it.
I definitely do agree with that. Like, I like. Let's take Team Siren as an example. They're like,
Oh man.
oh man, they're trying to like more or less.
They just got memed too hard.
Game.
Yeah.
They just. It just didn't work. It just didn't work. It didn't work at all, and it gave girls who game a really, really bad name.
The marketing was really bad too. It was literally just like, I play games and I'm a girl, and like, but they didn't have it. They should have marketed it better. Like, oh, this is my track record in like the Challenger series. And, like, you know, they should have done like actual like backgrounds on the girls as opposed to like being like, hey, grills, and we play games and we're gonna beat the boys. It was cringy.
My biggest issue is that the team was advertised like where, I mean, they had literal images of like TPA, the season 2 champions, and then like we're gonna smash the male competition, and saying we're at a world's caliber. And then the players they had were like literally plat. Two of them were, I think. And I mean, that's fine if you want to make a team with like varying rankings. But I think regardless of any demographic information, you can't take yourself seriously at a pro level if you have people that aren't at least like Diamond 1.
Yeah. Oh well, if I looked it up the other day, I think Haunts or Diamond 5 or something this last season or something. So.
Okay, well,
I'm just saying there was actually someone who was plat didn't play there. Rank up in NA.
I feel like they would be playing solo queue on different accounts, but
yeah, that's probably true.
I just don't see. I'm in my promos at 3. If somebody offered me to play on a pro team, I would be like, "Are you fucking joking? Like, what are you doing with your time?"
And what's worse is there's actually female players who are in Challenger, who are in Masters, and who are in High Diamonds. And it's just like, why were these 5 people chosen? Like, huh? It's just like, there's obviously people who are better. Why don't you go for the people who are better? And it's just like, is it because they're attractive? Is it because like they're easier to find? Or...
Sorry, someone messaged me and I just switched it. The whole thing came up. I think someone's messaging me about philanthropy, and I don't know who. But I'll deal with it later. I won't switch it again.
Okay. But yeah, coming back to the question I asked you, when I was at the event, because like I kind of asked these, I think it was a panel of like 3 or 4 people, and so I was saying like it does kind of give an avenue for people who identify as female to compete. However, I was afraid that maybe that would kind of set in a distinction between the male and female competitive scene and kind of almost alienate competitive female gamers, where saying, oh, go play in the girls' league, and the girls' league is objectively inferior. People might get that mindset.
Mm-hmm.
And
okay, here's another thing. Do you think girls' leagues are bad, though? Like, inherently?
So that was my question, because I was like genuinely curious. I didn't know. And so that's why I went to this panel and asked them, and they said that they were in favor of having all female tournaments because right now we see that there is a discrepancy in just the level of players and the level of investment that girls are wanting to put into league, and there's a lot of obviously discrimination against minority groups in online games or online communities, and so by having all female tournaments, that gives more women something to aspire to, and that helps get them more like invested in the game as a whole. So I think they're talking about how it's good so that you can get a larger swell of girls into the gaming scene, and then once you see more like equal levels of male and female players, eventually you'll see those players spill into the like high tiers like Challenger and stuff, just when you have more numbers of girls playing. And then once you get to more equal gender levels, then you can then you can like the female tournaments have served their purpose. And once you have like equal numbers of players, then I mean, then you just kind of throw it into you'll get people that are good enough to join the real teams. I mean, I guess that's a bad way to phrase it.
Yeah.
But
I just feel like there's a whole market like females playing, like people will like meme it because of how Siren came off as really protective. But if you get like actual players that are good and like make a team and you base it off of their like qualifications as opposed to their like vaginas, like like you will the build it and they will come, as they say. Poor phrasing.
I don't like that choice of word, going from vaginas and coming in the same sentence.
Phrasing, but like
I like the idea.
I did not mean it like that. But what I meant was there is a market that's being missed here, and I feel like it's very at the moment, and like there needs to be someone to step in and do something about it. But I don't know how you would.
I think one, like, speaking as a female, like, honestly, females are kind of annoyed at females who use their gender as an excuse. Like, for example, oh, I'm a female gamer, look at me. Like, it's something that a lot of us do not like. It's something that we'll definitely look at, but like, for example, if you like play League and you suddenly found out someone was a girl, you're not gonna be like, oh my god, it's a girl playing League, but maybe like, oh, there's a girl playing League, you know? And like,
I bet some people that would be the first one. But yeah, I see what you mean.
And then, well, the thing is, like, you have all these like cutie stuff that are being built. Like, I say cutie pies as like he's the person who created himself a career through, and like, as much as we hate the females that are just like cam girls, essentially, that play League, there is a demand for it, and you can do it intelligently. And I think it'd be very easy, like, good female players to make a name for themselves once they've entered.
Yeah, I definitely do agree with that.
Like, even Ramelia, like, she's not the biggest, most popular, but she, like, grew her brand, like, significantly just from playing on Renegade. Like, I didn't even know who she was, and then now, like, she has a lot of followers.
Yeah.
So,
and unfortunately, her situation did not end well.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but I mean, at the same time, like,
but yeah,
there's potential.
Once you get more people like Ramelia, you'll have longer mainstays in the professional scene, I guess. All right. I think it has been maybe 75 or 80 minutes since we went live. If you guys want to jump into Not Like This.
We can start with Rosa, because I already...
Let me just slouch so much I fall off real quick.
Okay, so once you say the story, you realize we have to change your name on your title card.
No. Okay. I have a couple interviews for full-time jobs this week. The first of which has gone very well. But so last week I went to get my dry clean that I was gonna wear for the interview, and then some shirts laundered and pressed. And I go up to the woman who's handling the laundry service, and she didn't seem like a native English speaker, which is fine. So as a result, I was very clearly enunciating what I was telling her. And I cast a lot, and I do things like podcast, so I do have a lot of experience trying to make myself well heard and well understood. And I hope that comes across on the camera. So she asked me for my name, and I spelled out my name very precisely. REZAMAHMUD. And she's looking at me, nodding, like, all right, I got it all. And she prints out my receipt. I'm like, fantastic, dude. I'll come pick it up tomorrow. She gives me the receipt. I think I burned it.
I posted it in the chat.
It fucking says Wretch Menu. I look at it for a second, and I don't want to offend her. I don't really give a shit as long as my clothes are clean. At the end of the day, but I just leave the store and just kind of stop for a minute to be like, fucking. There's just so many questions. How? What?
So I've been memeing Reza pretty hard all week. I'll be like, Wretch Manud always gets me in the mood, or like things like that. So if y'all have any Wretch Manud puns, like, hit them up in the chat.
No!
Yeah,
because I love Wretch Manud.
I made a really bad Nazi joke.
Wretch Manud is Zen, my dude. Oh, that's a good one. This guy is Zen. Oh gosh.
Shoot your goo, my dude.
It's so bad. Like, I don't know how you. Nazi joke now. Oh my god. Oh yeah, we did a lot of those.
The third wreck.
He got wrecked. We kept saying he got third wreck.
Oh my god.
Okay. So that's probably the most.
God damn it, dude.
I died of it. My room is so humid. Oh my god. My hair is fluffing up. It's like.
Did you guys know there are Nazi furries? They call themselves the Third Reich. Damn. Why did I see that coming? Why is... Can somebody else go?
Alright, I'll go with
It's
mine.
okay.
Fuck.
It's okay.
Mine's not that
Wrap
bad.
my nude.
So
Get
I
it,
was
Kayla.
talking to James. Yeah, go grade some papers. I think I already told you about this, but he's like, yeah, I gotta attend, but I'd rather talk to you for like ever or like all night or something bullshit. And I was like, I really don't know if that's a compliment. Like you'd be like, oh, I'd rather talk to you, or you just really fucking hate grading papers. And then he'd like pauses. So feels bad. He hates grading papers.
At least you're better than grading papers. I mean,
That's not saying much, Amber.
I mean, listen. I would rather talk to you than fucking cut off my own leg.
same
Who says
here.
that?
See, this is why we love you.
Yo, I can put the good old heart.
You know,
Heart
the
fingers in the
average
chat.
human has less than two legs. Less than two. That's probably what.
Less than 2 legs.
Fewer.
Less than. I hate the word. I hate.
I hate the word utilized. But anyway,
Really?
Amber, what's up? What's up with your week?
My week has been very uneventful. I would say my not like this moment was when I cried for 3 hours last night. But
Oh shit! Damn,
let's
too
not go
real.
into that detail.
Oh my gosh.
That sounds
Okay,
But
I
not
feel
like
better
this
today.
moment. I downloaded a Tinder again. That's about
Wait,
it.
why is that not like this?
Because I
Get some
downloaded.
of them hookups.
No.
Why not?
Weird with hookups. I don't know how to feel about hookups. I'm
You
like a strong, pure, innocent young lady.
I
See.
used to be, but now I'm just like,
could use
because you're
I
gonna
don't know,
die. Might
awesome,
as well have all the
but
fun you can.
I mean, you could go for coffee. Was it Coffee Meets Bagel or Bumble? Those are other ones that are less focused on hookups and more focused on relationships, I think.
Reza knows. He has experience.
Turns out when you hang around a lot of players, a lot of them,
Thirsty.
yeah.
Thirsty for the Rechmanud. But
Okay, I feel bad now.
I don't.
So savage.
Okay, fine. Do you see that poster in the background?
I do.
Y'all just got mooned.
Ah.
You know why they call it almond milk?
Because they milk it.
Wait.
They
I
milk
love how
Because no one would buy it if it's called nut juice.
you're not wrong.
I'm just saying.
You know why they call it
There
whole
you go.
milk? Because no one would buy it if they call it homo milk.
All right.
That was
That sounds like a good place to wrap it up.
What's wrong with homo milk? Fuck you. I'm pretty sure Austin is into that shit.
Can cows Can cows be homosexual? I know giraffes
Yes. All animals can be homosexual.
can. Nice.
The explosion at the cheese factory was awful. Debris everywhere.
Debris everywhere.
Debris everywhere.
Oh, debris. Okay. Can we stop so I can save myself from all this?
You know why people say be there or be square? Because if you're not there, you're not around.
Wait, that's dumb enough to sound like the actual reason.
I need to see. We're not done until I get to do some bad puns.
God damn it.
Have you ever had sex while camping? Heard it's fucking intense. I've heard it's fucking intense.
Yeah.
I don't have any.
Wait, I had to allow that comment. Yeah, dude, I hate homos because it was auto-modded, and I was like, why not? Like, I don't care.
Oh, and I got auto-deleted?
Yeah, and then I added it.
Shit.
How about my sister tried to bug me with bird puns, but I quickly learned that two can play that game.
Oh my! I went to a wedding last week. It got pretty emotional. Even the cake was in tears.
Oh my god! Damn.
Okay. Okay, I'm done. I can't.
How do you come out with all this shit?
I was prepped. I'm ready to go.
You didn't have a topic of the day, but you had your puns on lock for the Wretch Minude segment.
Dude, yeah. The best segment. Okay, so from now on, we're going to do a Wretch Minude segment, and you have to put, like, a fake mustache on and, like, tell us about, like, world events. As Wretch Minude. Just, like...
Use that radio announcer voice we were talking about.
I can't even do it now. I have to be, like, in the mood or, like...
Hello there, here, coming from the broadcast tower. I've never tried
Coming from the broadcast tower, we have Resh Manood with his 6 o'clock Resh News.
Oh my god.
Why is my life like...
I can't breathe. Oh god.
That was... I can't even be mad at that one.
I'm voting Regma News. Oh jeez, my stomach. So that was my ab workout for like the week. God.
If we looked directly at Reza's chest, you can see his Rekma boobs. No, the Russian Rekma News is the best one. Tune into the Rekma News at 6 o'clock.
Fucking.
It just popped up in my head, and I'm just like, oh my god.
So, Reza, do you in the summer do you prefer Wretch McSandals or Wretch shoes?
I go for shoes.
Oh my gosh! And every time he plays League, he Wretch lose.
How many things can possibly rhyme with it?
A lot.
Surely that's all of them. And
Surely.
I'll never have to hear this fucking shit in my life. Get it all out now.
Alright. Okay, I need to calm down because I need to sleep soon. I work in like 8 hours. Wretch my booze. Yes.
Hey guys, can you wreck my booze?
Yes.
Rich Mamoon.
Oh my god.
I can't reach it. I
Damn
can't
it.
reach it.
Yeah, I see you.
Oh my god. Okay, I guess we'll wrap it up here before I wake up all of my housemates with my Brechma laughs.
That doesn't rhyme. You can't use it like that.
I know. I'm sorry. I am truly ashamed of myself.
I think
Alright.
for that we should ban that as a meme.
No. So now everyone needs to go make a meme, like make a physical meme, and next week I want them all posted in the chat. I want full on Reg Manood. This is homework for the Quickcast. If you want to tune in next week.
Wait, if Reza sends provocative pictures of himself to other people, would it be
Reg Manoods? Got him. Okay, so this is the homework. Yeah, everyone make a meme, post them next week. Best meme, I will literally Venmo you $1. I will Venmo you $1. So get on your Reg.
Yeah, if you guys do it, I'll send you a Reg Manood.
You have access to some rich Manoods? Oh man.
Anyways, it was fun. This is our first episode doing. So
I think it worked out well.
I think it did.
My Discord video chat is really screwed up, but when I'm looking at the stream, it's great. So as long as we do this.
Anyways, go.
So am I, bitch.
And we'll have more of a concrete. Wait, next week is our gaming segment.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
I don't know if we've decided on a game yet, but I have a topic for the first week of October.
Oh, and we'll probably have to skip last week because I be drunk out of my mind watching the. So.
On Tuesday? Is that when it comes out?
No, it's Sunday. But I mean, like, oh yeah, I guess they're on Tuesday. I can do that. I forget that.
What?
Holy shit!
Are you drunk right now?
I mean, no, I'm not. On tea. Alright. Good night, guys.
Oh, Jordan.
Thanks for coming out to the Quickcast. Same time next week, roughly.
GG.
Alright.